Good morning, my dear students. Today, in geography, we are going to start a new chapter, that is agriculture. Children, the word agriculture is derived from the Latin word agri means soil and culture means cultivation. That means the cultivation of soil is known as agriculture. But in the modern terms, agriculture comprises the art and science of cultivating the soil, growing crops, and rearing livestock is known as agriculture. The simple definition or the meaning of agriculture is growing of crops and rearing of animals. Children, in this chapter, we are going to study about the different types of farming, the cropping pattern, major crops, then technological and institutional reforms, food security, and the impact of globalization on agriculture. Children, India is agriculturally important country as two-thirds of its population is engaged in agricultural activities. It is the mainstay of Indian economy because about 60% of total population still depends directly or indirectly dependent on agriculture. It provides raw material to the industry and country earns foreign exchange by exporting agricultural products. Children, agriculture is an age old economic activity in our country. Over the years, cultivation methods have changed significantly depending upon the characteristics of physical environment, technological know-how, and socio-cultural practices. Farming varies from subsistence to commercial type. At present, in India, different types of farming are practiced. They are as follows. First one, primitive subsistence farming. This type of farming is still practiced in few pockets of India. Primitive subsistence agriculture is practiced on a small patch of land with the help of primitive tools like hoe and dhow, digging sticks with family or a community labor. This type of farming depends upon monsoon, natural fertility of the soil, and suitability of other environmental conditions to the crops grown. It is a slash and burn agriculture. Farmers clear a patch of land and produce cereals and other food crops to sustain their family. That means whatever they are growing, that is for the self consumption. When the soil loses the fertility, the farmers shift and clear a fresh patch of land for the cultivation. This type of shifting cultivation allows nature to replenish the fertility of soil through the natural process. Children, the productivity in this type of agriculture is low as the farmers does not use fertilizers or the other modern inputs. Children, once again I am repeating this primitive subsistence farming. First, agriculture is practiced on a small land. Second, with the primitive tools. Third, totally dependent on monsoon, natural fertility, and other environmental conditions. Fourth, farmers clear a small part of land by burning or felling trees and do the cultivation. When the soil loses the fertility, then shift to the other land. And we call it as a slash and burn agriculture also. Children, slash and burn agriculture or shifting cultivation is known by different names in different parts of the country and different parts of the world also. For example, it is zooming in northeastern states like Assam, Meghalaya, Mizoram, and Nagaland. Children, you have to learn this. In Assam, Meghalaya, Mizoram, and Nagaland, it is known as Jhuming. Pamalu in Manipur, Deepa in Bastar district of Chhattisgarh, and in Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Children, the slash and burn agriculture is known as milpa in Mexico and Central America, Conuco in Venezuela, Roca in Brazil, Masol in Central Africa, Lading in Indonesia, Ray in Vietnam. Now, children, intensive farming. Intensive subsistence farming. In India, it is practiced in areas where there is a high population pressure on land. It is a labor intensive farming. Farmers use heavy biochemical inputs, intensive agriculture to obtain higher production. It is a type of farming in which the agriculture production is increased by scientific method and better agricultural inputs. HYV seeds and the modern inputs are used to increase the production. More than one crop is cultivated during a year and practiced in a thickly populated areas. Children, in this type of agriculture, per hectare area, per hectare yield, per hectare production is very high. Once again, I am repeating this. Intensive farming, first, it is practiced in the areas of very high population. Second, it is labor intensive. Third, fertilizers, pesticides, irrigations are used to increase the production. Fourth, productivity is high. That means per hectare yield is very high. Now, commercial farming, the agricultural practice on a large scale by using modern technology to earn good income from agriculture is called commercial farming. In this, farmers grow crops to sell in the market. Children, the main characteristics of this type of farming is large holdings and use of high level of inputs, high yielding varieties of seeds, good irrigation facilities, chemical fertilizers, insecticides, pesticides, etc. The amount of commercialization of farming varies from one area to another depending on climatic conditions, irrigation facilities, and other factors. Children, rice, sugar, coffee, tea are the major crops which are grown under this. Children, the main characteristics of this type of farming is the production of cash crops or commercial crops. Now, plantation farming. Plantation farming, children, in this type of farming or agriculture, it involves growing and processing of single cash crop purely for the sale. For example, rubber, tea, coffee, etc. Children, in plantation, a single crop is grown and it is capital intensive. That means huge capital is required. It needs vast trade or area, technical know-how, sophisticated machineries, fertilizers, good transport facilities, and a factory for processing the raw material which are grown in this plantation. Children, the plantation has an interface of agriculture and industry. All the produce is used as raw material in respective industries. Now, children, the cropping pattern. Cropping pattern refers to environmental differences that give rise to different cropping seasons in India. Children, India has three cropping seasons, namely Rabi, Kharif, and Zaid. Now, the first one, Rabi crop. Children, Rabi crops are sown in winters from October to December and harvested in summers from April to June. Some of the important Rabi crops are wheat, barley, gram, mustard, peas, etc. These crops are grown in Punjab, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, Jammu and Kashmir, Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh. Children, reason for successful Rabi crops in winter month is due to the western temperate cyclone that causes rainfall. Children, once again I am repeating the characteristics of Rabi crop. First, crops are sown in winters from October to December. Second, harvested in summers from April to June. Major crops are wheat, barley, peas, gram, mustard. And fourth, the important growing states are Punjab, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh, etc. Now, Kharif crop. Kharif crops are grown with the onset of monsoon in different parts of the country, and these are harvested in September October. Important crops are paddy, maize, jowar, bajra, tur, cotton, jute, groundnut, and soya bean. Some of the most important rice growing areas are Assam, West Bengal, coastal region of Orissa, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and Maharashtra. Children, in states like Assam, West Bengal, and Orissa, three crops of paddy are grown in a year. These are Oz, Aman, and Boro. Children, once again I am repeating the characteristics of Kharif. These crops are sown with the onset of monsoon, harvested in September October. Important crops are paddy, maize, jowar, bajra, moong, cotton, jute. Important states are Important growing states are West Bengal, Assam, Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, Bihar. Next is Zaid crop. The crop between the Rabi and Kharif season is known as Zaid crop. There is a short season during the summer months known as Zaid season. Some of the crops produced during this are watermelon, muskmelon, cucumber, vegetables, and fodder crops. Children, I think now the cropping pattern in India is clear. That's all for today. Thank you and have a nice day.